Alright, traders, this is Blake Morrow, and you are listening to the daily Roundup webinar. I hope everybody's having a great trading session. And wow, we're seeing a little bit of volatility today. So let's talk about, well, first of all, I just tweeted something about the S&P. And so I'm going to just, tell you guys that I think that today's low is going to be very important. We slumped to it. We're holding now, but there's still a lot of time left into today. So if you're wondering what was kind of signaling that we were going to see at least a little sell-off that we've seen right now, you look no further than the euro yen, or excuse me, euro peso. Geez, I can't even speak. If you were on the face webinar this morning, I'm a little irritated about this because you see this dip right here. As I was talking to you guys this morning, I had a bid right here, and I was trying to get it at 2014 as we were, on the webinar, and I left the order out there, and I didn't really think about it after that. And then obviously I missed this huge, this is a huge movement. I was looking at just below this like fib. I was going to try to get below the 24% retracement. Obviously I didn't get filled, and then the market took off. But looking at the euro Mexican peso, this is was a really key indicator today to suggest that the markets might start to come under a little bit of pressure. You look at the dollar mex. The dollar Mexican peso came out of this descending wedge, and now we're trading above 1875. That's pretty key for now. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. Well, it's done for the day. It's not going to go up any further. I would be really careful about that. The markets are trading pretty heavy. I just think that if we do break below 33.30 in the S&P, it's going to bring in some more selling of emerging market currencies and quite possibly more commodity currencies. So let's talk about the euro for a moment, because this is a topic of discussion that I've had on a couple different occasions with you guys, and we were just talking about it in the office. And the fact that the euro is such a big funding currency, it hasn't been surprising the euro has dropped as stocks have gone higher in recent months and weeks, and yada yada yada. This is like, if you really want to express a carry trade, you sell euros, buy everything else, whether you're buying pesos, whether you're buying Canadian dollars, whether you're buying Aussie dollars, whatever the case may be. But you sell euro, buy the dollar, buy the US dollar. It's probably been one of the better, carries out there. Now, if let's just, for argument's sake, oh geez, you guys weren't able to hear me. Shoot. Can you guys hear me now? Oh man, I thought I had to. Oh, Chad said we heard everything. Have you guys? Oh, it's been good since the beginning. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I had it on mute. Okay, good. So let me. So this way, I don't have to go back into what I was saying. So the talk that we were having, regarding the euro was basically, well, I brought up the question. I'm like, look, if stocks do sell off from current levels and we start to see a more of a significant sell-off, like let's, just say for argument's sake, let's say we actually do some sort of pullback towards like 3,200 over the course of the next couple of weeks. So how do you express that in FX? Because typically you could sell the Aussie yen, maybe euro yen, and whatever the case may be. Well, as you guys know, the yen has blown up higher. Well, the dollar yen's gone higher, the yen's gotten weaker, and we've seen this massive move in the yen pairs. Now, the carry isn't very prominent on the yen, and it hasn't been for a while. So how do you express that in FX terms if we do get a sell-off? Now, that doesn't mean that the yen won't strengthen. That doesn't mean that the yen can't do this over the course of the next couple weeks. Like, let's say the S&P sold off, the yen might strengthen a little bit. But I think actually the better trade might actually be long euro. Now, you're thinking, well, how am I supposed to buy the euro? Because fundamentals don't really justify, buying euros down here. And I agree with that argument. I do. But then again, I've had the same argument about Japan's economy and buying. Hold on really quick. Wait, hold on. Dollar CNH is still moving. So when you take like the last 20 years of trading the FX market, no one really had a good argument other than Japan's, they hold their own yen, and there's a lot of different arguments between buying yen when there's risk off, and it's like, why am I buying yen right now? Well, you could probably say the same thing about the euro. If we get in a risk off scenario, you're like, well, why the hell am I buying the euro right now? Shouldn't I be buying the dollar, or shouldn't I be buying the yen, or shouldn't I be? It's going to take some serious price action to convince people that that is the right trade. Today is not the day. Now, that doesn't mean today can't be the day. I mean, we could see a sell-off in equities, drops another 1.5%, and the euro closes at its highs, and then we see it again. 2 days from now, the euro ratchets up again, and then people will start believing. It's not a one-day phenomenon, but you have to start thinking about what happens in a risk-off environment. What do you buy? What do you sell? And so for me, I am toying with the idea, and you guys know I've been doing this for months, but we haven't seen any risk off for months. So I said months. Let me rephrase that. We haven't seen risk off for like the longest time. And I do remember when the coronavirus first was a quote unquote issue, right? We started hearing about coronavirus, and this was right here. We saw this risk off period, and it was the last day of the month, and people say, well, we can attribute that to, there was a lot of US dollar selling at the end of the month. Well, it did coincide with the sell-off that we saw in equities. We saw a big rally in the euro. Maybe it wasn't enough to convince the market yet, but what I do, what I do think is that you can, and let's say, and I'm just going back to my argument, let's just say that there is going to be a risk off period. I think you can sell Aussie dollars. I think you can sell Aussies, buy dollars. And I mean, look, we're at 10, 12-year lows, 10-year lows right now in the Aussie. I think that selling will persist. But perhaps, you start looking at, rather than selling the Aussie dollar, maybe the bigger bang for your buck is buying the Euro Aussie, which, by the way, it is up almost 1% today, and we're at the bottom of this range, or of this channel. So, I want you guys just to try to think a little bit differently about the current environment and what happens. You have to do a lot of what if analysis. What if, what if the S&P is 50 points lower by the end of the day? What if the S&P is 100 points lower by the end of next week? What if, what do I do? And so for me, I start thinking about, okay, how am I going to express that in a trade in the FX market if it's not short dollar yen or short euro yen like it once was? Maybe short Aussie yen isn't the best play anymore. Maybe long euro Aussie is a better play. And that's what I want you guys to start getting thinking about, because any which way you look at it, the equity markets, we are an extremely bullish market and probably unprecedented. I'm sure some of you could say that based on, where we've been, why we're up here. We shouldn't be up here. Fine. Let's say stocks do come off. What are you going to do in the currency market? My 2 cents is you sell commodity currencies and you buy euros right now. if things progressively get worse. And you know what? Today could be the best buying opportunity for bulls that we've seen yet. 1% drop, you get long, and boom, we hit new highs tomorrow. It could very easily be that way. But again, think about it. Think about what if, all right? Put yourself in those what if scenarios and what are you going to do if this happens? I got to mention, if you're not a ForexAnalytix subscriber, make sure you do so. It's only $1 for 10 days. If you're a premium subscriber, make sure you let us know because, and if you use MT4 or MT5, you can actually beta test our automated patterns in play if you're a premium subscriber for ForexAnalytix. So make sure you reach out to us. support@forexanalytix.com is the email, or you can use this chat box on the website or here inside the app. All right, guys. Hey, have a great one. My name is Blake. I hope I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Face webinar. Remember, we don't have a daily roundup tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, but not at this time tomorrow. Have a great one. Thank you.